So here's the introduction of building a ChatGPT retrieve plugin. So first is the question generation. User has a chat history and he will raise the new questions. And this information will be called by the ChatGPT API and combined into a standalone questions. And when you have the standalone questions, you can call the embedding API to generate the embeddings, and those embeddings will be used to search for the relevant answers. So the search will be submitted into a vector database, which is ADB for PostgreSQL stand for. And how those vectors being generated? So if you have some source document, you can provide, and there's a script provided by ChatGPT to help you convert the source document into the original text. And this text will also be splitted into the knowledge chunk. So you have those knowledge chunk, you can call the ChatGPT embedding API to generate the embeddings for it. Or if you already have your own models, you can also use your own models to generate the embeddings. So all of this info being generated and the vector being generated, it can be imported into the ADB PG vector database. So I'm going to show you how things happen here. We have a bunch of the website. We want to collect the information from there. So we call the script provided by the ChatGPT, and it's gonna auto script all the information from the website. So you can see the result here. You can see all those markdowns has been generated from the website and has been splitted into the information chunk. And the second step we're gonna do is we want to calculate the embeddings for those information chunks here. And we call the script provided by ChatGPT. You can see all the info and the embedding result has been generated. And meanwhile, we have this result import into the database, and it's gonna store into the ADB PG for the vector stored. And when the new questions vector being searched in the vector database, it's gonna return the most relevant docs. And these docs will combine with the standalone questions for answer generation. So this information can be submitted to the ChatGPT API, and it will return a natural language-based customer-facing answers. So let's see a demo. Let's check out one example regarding to the MBA. So assume you have already talked with the chatbot regarding to some MBA info, and you have a new questions. I want to have a report for Luka Doncic's performance this year. So when you combine all the history and the new questions, it's going to generate one new standalone questions, a report of Luka Doncic's performance this year. In the meanwhile, we have already collected the news from the NBA this season, and this news has been converted into different info chunk and with the embedding created, and all this data has been stored into the ADB vector database. So when the new questions come in, when we're getting the call the GPT embedding API, it will initial a vector search in ADB PG vector database, and it will return with the relative info. So this info will be sending back to the ChatGPT side, and it will combined with some history and final return the answer regarding to the performance of Luka. So let's see a live demo. So when we have on the left side, you see we ask these questions, and the ChatGPT doesn't have the latest answer, and it cannot give the answers then. But if you ask a question on your own plugin, you will see it's providing all the new informations, and those informations has been collected from the NBA news and from our vector database. So that's how this GPT plugin works.